So I've been sitting here, racking my brain, trying to figure out just what in the hell could I say that I haven't said before in past reviews for the series. Because everything I'm going to say now is basically stuff I've repeated before. There's not a lot to say about BusoRenkin Volume 8, except for the fact that it seems that the re-extermination of Kazuki Muto or Victor 123, Victor 3rd, has come to a close. And I'm saying this because what happens at the end of the volume doesn't really clarify whether or not Kazuki Muto will become part of the team that's going to fight against Victor. Now, before we get to there though, this volume isn't short of amazing. It is a great volume. There's a lot of action, and not every single battle ends with a character becoming overwhelmed or completely utterly defeated. For example, Ikusabe and his battle against Papillon pretty much ends, but it's more like it ends because Ikusabe says it ends. In a way, because the thing is that Papillon figures out why he's able to regenerate, and that's only because if he's the one that's touching his BusoRenkin, which looks like a halberd, kind of, he could regenerate any part of his body, but if something would come between that regeneration, and the fact that he can't control that regeneration would mean that any foreign object thrown into it would then dispel the regeneration, or rather, make it, null and void. But the crazy thing about this guy, okay, Ikusabe, and why he's so damn powerful, is because the fact that every homunculus that he defeats, he dines on their flesh. This dude straight up eats homunculus, and that is just crazy. It's like Gluttony from Fullmetal Alchemist if Gluttony was one of the good guys. You know, it's like, imagine if, say, Armstrong ate one of the homunculus and then got stronger because of it. And you know, there's a lot of societies in Asian culture that do this too. They'll eat body parts like hearts, brains, and such of animals because they wholeheartedly believe that doing so will strengthen that part of their body. That by eating, brains of certain creatures, that they'll become more knowledgeable, more wiser. By eating the heart of certain creatures, that their hearts will become stronger, and so on and so forth. Some of the best fights happen in this volume, okay? We got Gouta versus Gouta versus Negoro. We got Tokiko versus Maruyama, and Kazuki Muto versus Sakimori, aka Captain Bravo. And that round 2 battle is fire. If you haven't read the series, I would highly recommend reading it. Hell, I'll recommend picking up this volume, Volume 8, and reading it. But then again, you wouldn't really know why everybody's fighting, and for what purpose. Now, I said before that when it comes to creating an enemy, you have to step up that game. That way, it doesn't feel like the characters are constantly winning against new enemies. Just like how, first we start off with homunculus, and they were animals and plants and such. And they were basically just monsters. Then we went from that to being humanoid-like homunculus that can use kakuganes. Now there's users who have been using kakuganes their whole entire life, working for a militant force. So they know strategy. They know how to use their kakugane in a way to where it's the most effective, even if it's a weak kakugane. As we see with the battles here, like Gouta utilizing his 2 chakrams, which are very small, honestly. He figures out how to use them effectively and ends up taking out his opponent, Negoro, just like with Tokiko. But then again, Tokiko, it's no surprise because she is very strategic in the way that she does battles. And she's always thinking, moves ahead of where her opponent is going to be. And she takes out Maruyama with probably the most brutal outcome of any of the fucking fights. And that is by becoming so damn small because of his bubbles, basically making whenever they explodes, the person and the part that's in that explosion gets smaller, smaller, smaller. She becomes so small that she's actually able to enter inside of his mouth, and she rips right through his stomach, making her catchphrase, "I'm gonna spill your guts," literal. She literally spilled this man's guts. But despite the fact that every single member of the re-extermination squad got messed up, none of them died, which goes to show that they still had respect for them. But if they were homunculus, though, yeah, all bets are off. They would have fucking straight up killed them. And for a second there, Gouta was actually going to let both Maruyama and Negoro die. But he remembered how Kazuki handled Inukai. And that is, he still let Inukai have his BusoRenkin, that way he can heal, because the BusoRenkins do have healing properties. As long as a person can hold onto the BusoRenkin will slowly heal that individual. So this probably won't be the last time we'll see either Maruyama or Negoro, or hell, even Inukai. I get the feeling we're gonna see all those cats at the end battle that's gonna probably take place and last for the last 2 volumes. Volumes 9 and 10. I'm telling you right now, okay? Captain Bravo versus Kazuki round 2, like I said before, it is fucking fire. And now, you really do get a sense of just why Captain Bravo's been the way he's been. And finally get that backstory where Captain Bravo was with Hiwatari and Chitose, and where they basically lost an entire elementary school to homunculus. And they found a sole survivor, which I believe that sole survivor is Tokiko. And this basically brings to the forefront why Captain Bravo, or Sakimori, why he struggles so much. And probably why he stopped calling himself Sakimori and just went with the moniker of Captain Bravo. Because very possibly that he couldn't handle that pain. And he didn't want to fail again. Even if it meant killing someone that he probably knew full well shouldn't be trying to kill in the first place. Captain Bravo loses this time because the Silver Skin reverse technique, did I say reverse technique? I meant alternate type, gets interjected by Gouta, which then allows Kazuki to fully penetrate the Silver Skin armor, because once it gets penetrated with a force, it does disperse. But the reason why nobody could actually hit Captain Bravo is because right away, Silver Skin then redevelops, creating a armor. And so, by using just pure fucking force, and the fact that Captain Bravo was going to commit suicide after he killed Kazuki, pissed off Kazuki Muto so damn much, he's like, nah, fuck that, you're not committing suicide, I'm going to defeat you to fucking save your ass. That is a common shonen staple, where a character will beat the shit out of another character to save them. Which makes no goddamn sense, if you really think about it, but hey, but then again, sometimes, some people are so fucking thick-headed in the goddamn skull that they need to get their jaw rocked a few times just so they'll listen. That's the fucking truth. Alright, so right afterwards, Hiwatari shows up. He shows up because he's going to kill everybody, basically. Well, all the traitors. And Captain Bravo's like, nah, fuck this, you're not killing anybody. But Captain Bravo basically gives his life for everyone and protects both Kazuki and Tokiko, showing full well that he is the master archetype character, because Thing is, the master character within any story is the kind of character that will sacrifice for the younger generation. Kind of like what I can think off the top of my head, like Gandalf does in the Fellowship of the Ring. You know, when he puts out his staff against the Balrog and yells, "You shall not pass!" You know, stuff like that. That's the only way I can really think of off the top of my head. Or, if you want to go with another anime series, Shanks from One Piece. The fact that he gave up his own arm as a way to bet on the next generation, to bet on Monkey D. Luffy. And here we have Captain Bravo, who wholeheartedly gave up his life just so Tokiko, Gouta, and Kazuki could survive against the onslaught of Hiwatari. Because Hiwatari, his BusoRenkin is basically like creating napalms. And that dude created a fucking napalm and just let it just go off. Right afterwards, though, Kazuki was so fucking pissed that he was giving Hiwatari the what's up. Okay? Just straight up taking his spear and trying to jab it right into his chest. But that fight got stopped by Great Chief Shohei, who announces to basically everybody that they know where Victor's going to be, and there's going to be a final battle that's going to start happening soon. And the fact that the Great Chief came out, and the fact that, you know, like, he could have probably killed Kazuki right then and there. But he didn't. Which means that he knows full well they need Kazuki's power. They need his ability. They need the fact that this kid gets stronger when he's supposed to be protecting people. And thus, final arc of BusoRenkin will start in Volume 9. With that being said, what do you guys think of Volume 8 of BusoRenkin? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification icon. And make sure that bell is a ring-a-ding-dingin'. Otherwise, you might miss when I put out another video. Also, stay tuned to see what social media platforms you can follow me on. Alright, catch you guys later.